Hey guys, David Patrick Green, davidpatrickgreen.com, hackhollywood.com, actorpower.com. On the road, doing some videos in foreign and strange places. So you may not recognize the background, but it's still me nonetheless, and the messages are equally powerful and clear. Today, we're going to talk about how you can really accomplish what you want in your acting career. The key to accomplishing what you want in your acting career and anything else in life is to see the possibilities of what you want to do and not the obstacles that might be in your way. So what is the difference between seeing the possibilities and seeing the obstacles? Because really they're sort of two different sides of the same coin. The possibilities are whether you actually can envision a way in which you can accomplish your dreams. Can you see a way in which you can become a successful actor in whatever way it means to be a successful actor? Or are you constantly thinking about all of the things that are in your way that are going to stop you from being a successful actor? Now, the problem with the approach of seeing all the obstacles, which to a lot of people seems to make sense, because if you think of all the obstacles, then you can think of a way to get rid of them. The problem is you'll find that there are a never-ending supply of obstacles your brain can come up with. And that's just part of the paradox of being a person, is that while we're deciding what we want to do, we think of all the things that are in the way. And since most of what we do is not based on an actual necessity, but it's based on our desires and our wants. So the difference between trying to get food and shelter and clothing versus trying to have an acting career is that if we are really hungry, we stop seeing obstacles. We just go, where's the food? Where can I find the food? I'm going to go find the food, and I'll worry about how to get it and if it's there or if there are things in my way when I get there. But the funny thing is, that's exactly the approach you should have when you are pursuing your dreams, especially your dreams of having an acting career. So rather than trying to come up with all of the potential obstacles before you even get started, just try and imagine what it is you want to do. Try and have a basic plan to get there, and don't worry about the obstacles until you reach the obstacles. Okay, so you prepare and you plan as much as you can. So you say, okay, well, I'm going to go approach this person. I'll do some homework about them. I'll try to figure out what I might have in common with them, because that'll help the conversation go better. But as a rule of thumb, if you just think, okay, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go try and help this person, I'm going to go show them what I have to offer, then when you get there, they may say, well, we're not shooting anything right now. Okay, well, what can I do to help you right now? Right? As opposed to if you decide ahead of time, well, what if they're not shooting anything right now? Then what am I going to do? And then you try and think around these solutions before the actual problem confronts you. You'll never actually get started, because the thing is, whenever an obstacle comes up or crops up, it's never going to crop up in exactly the way you think it is. So even though you may be able to think of a problem before it arises, it may arise in a way that you never thought of. So you're basically almost the same as if you tried not to imagine them at all. So guys, try to think of the possibilities. Think, is there a way in which I can envision having an acting career? Is there a way in which I can envision having that very first professional acting job? Even if your first acting job is a student film or a independent film. Because to be honest, when I started out, I thought maybe I will never have an acting job in my life. Maybe I just won't have the talent. But I kind of just decided, well, I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. And I trained myself to the best of my abilities, and then I just started going to auditions, and then I learned as I went. And the same thing happened when I wanted to get into the professional realm. I decided, okay, I want to get my first professional job. And I tried every which way to get it, found out what didn't work and what doesn't really ever work. And then I tried to figure out, well, what might work and what makes sense that it could work. And I started doing that kind of thing. And of course, I had obstacles. They popped up along the way. But I just said, well, okay, that's an obstacle. Maybe I wasn't good enough, so I needed to go back and train more. Maybe I didn't even understand what the requirements were. What is the requirement of a professional audition? What's a professional audition like? And if you don't know, if you've never been to one, how could you possibly prepare and understand what all the potential obstacles are? And even as someone who is a professional actor, and I've done hundreds of professional auditions, I still never know what's going to happen when I walk into the room. And since I can't predict what's going to happen, then I just prepare the best I can. And then I also do what I call a trust fall. I trust that I have the talent and the ability to make adjustments as things arise. And I just fall into that situation. I know that I'll never figure out all the things that might happen. So I just trust that I can make adjustments and that what's going to happen is really not going to pose a great danger either to my career or to my life or to the relationships with people have in the room, because by having a positive attitude, you actually make people like you more and want to work with you more, because they're like, if things went awry on the set, I know that he's going to pick himself up and figure out what went wrong and how to fix it, as opposed to someone who's going to implode and say to themselves, oh, this isn't going to work and I didn't foresee this. And they run back to their trailer, in tears, in emotional tatters. So guys, try to think really about how things could go the way you want them to, and plan that out, and understand that there are going to be things that you cannot predict ahead of time, but nobody can predict them ahead of time. Somebody's phone could ring because they forgot to turn it off. Someone could knock at the door in your audition. There's just no way to prepare for all this stuff, and there's no way to really prepare for a lot of the stuff that life will throw at you. So you really need to take action as soon as possible. Make your mistakes, because that's where you're going to learn. And then you start understanding that when you make mistakes, they're not really that big of a deal, and nobody really holds things against you so long as you come back stronger and better the next time and you make the adjustments that are necessary. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helps you get an insight into what successful people do, because if you see what the successful people do, they don't really worry about the muckety muck. They know that that's going to come up and they deal with it as it arises. But most of what they do is try to figure out how to do what they need to accomplish what they want and to get where they want. Okay, guys, I hope you like this. So give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a question or a comment so I know what other kinds of videos you guys want. And subscribe to the channel and click on that bell so you get more videos sent directly to your inbox. We will talk to you soon.